Last night I got a phone call from a good friend of mine who was emotional. He said, I feel so stupid because I'm watching the Clemson LSU game and I'm listening to this roar of approval that the Superdome gave President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump. And he said, I just want to cry. And we talked about it for a few minutes because we all want to be vindicated. We all want to be validated. We all want to have everybody see the world the way we do. And of course, that's not realistic. It's not even possible. But it is true. We want to know we're not alone. And I'm not kidding you. You couldn't have seen that beginning of that game last night and not walked away saying, I'm not alone. If you support the president and his policies, and you heard this or saw this last night, cut number 5, this is the way it began before the game with the announcement on the PA system.
Tonight, as we honor our nation, please remain standing and welcome members of the ROTC units from Louisiana State University and Clemson University, joined by the President of the United States and the First Lady.
It's such an interesting thing to look at a kind of a snapshot of reactions that the president has gotten at major sporting events. Remember when he went to Game 5 of the World Series between the Nationals and the Astros? Remember where it was? It was in the swamp, Washington, D.C., and he got a lot of boos. He got a mixed response, it has been reported, at a UFC match. Remember where that was? It was in New York City. So you go inside the Beltway or go into the bubbles, big liberal bastions like New York or Los Angeles or D.C. In a way, I guess it shouldn't be a surprise. That's sort of the way the country breaks down. You got what I call normal Americans who respect the commander-in-chief and want him to succeed and are pulling for him. And you got people in Washington, D.C., baseball fans, who I guess want him to fail. Why else would you boo the President of the United States? Would you shake his hand if you were in a room with him? I know I certainly would have shook Barack Obama's hand or Bill Clinton's hand. I've shaken Hillary Clinton's hand. These are human beings. I may disagree with them politically and ideologically, but I certainly understand the office that they hold. And yet, for the left, for the Trump haters, it doesn't work that way, does it? It's a whole different animal.